Let's take a look at your morning weather across the Abacos and the Bahamas. We've got high pressure ridges just to the off the east coast of the United States. The high will be sliding across to Bermuda over the forecast period, bringing some very decent weather over the Bahamas and ideal for boating over the next couple of days. We're seeing a few areas of cloud coverage, some scattered clouds about the air. If you flew from Nassau this morning, you should not have had a bad flight, or if you're coming in from Freeport, there should be some some scattered clouds, but for the most part, you should have had a really nice morning across the Bahamas. A few scattered clouds, mainly in the south. Looking at our radar summary, some isolated showers between Florida and also the Grand Bahama and Bimini. You can see it up and down the coast there. In fact, they're calling for some pretty strong thunderstorms and wet day in South Florida, mainly around the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area this morning. Looking at the forecast for today, 5 to 10 knots across the Bahamas, extending from Abaco down to about Exuma. South of Exuma, the winds are going to be 15 to 20 knots today. I think that's because the interaction with what was Tropical Storm Gaston, and it's now really just an area of clouds and showers and thunderstorms racing towards the west. Forecasters does not anticipate that Gaston will re-emerge as a tropical storm. So look for 3 to 5 foot seas today. Still some motion of the ocean there. You might get some swells here or there, but it won't be bad. And as you go throughout the day, it will improve even more. Let's take a look at your tropical update for you across the Atlantic. And there's not a whole lot to worry about. What we've got is the remnants of Gaston. There's a flare-up just over the north of South American, the northern coast there. Then, of course, we've got Igor, that is a tropical storm this morning, and is forecast to make its way towards the west. And over the next 4 or 5 days, we'll pay a lot more attention to Igor. But as it stands now, it's a minimal category, a minimal tropical storm, 40 miles per hour winds. And the forecasters are tracking this more towards the west. The models are in agreement over the next couple of days as this slow-moving storm makes its way west. After that, it's anybody's guess what this thing will do following that. It is expected to begin to strengthen and will become a Category 1 sometime around next Tuesday of next week. All right, let's take a look at the forecast for tomorrow. The high pressure slides off to the east. We're going to have some decent condition wind-wise across the Bahamas. Look at this, folks, 10 knots, 1 to 3 foot seas on Friday, 1 to 3 foot seas. Even I wouldn't get seasick in those conditions. That's like water that you can almost walk on. It'll be so calm out there. 1 to 3 foot in the ocean. You'll come across on the ferry from Nassau to Sandy Point. You will really enjoy the ride. Coming across also on the Bohingi going to Eleuthera, it will be a nice ride out there. This is one of those weekends when you can almost go from Nassau to Sandy Point on a jet ski. Don't take that advice, folks. It'll be nice and calm. 10 knots of wind from the east-southeast. And let's take a look at Saturday. Again, 10 knots of wind, 1 to 3 foot seas offshore, and beautiful up and down the coast of the Bahamas. We love to see the high pressure around this time of year. This is the peak of hurricane season, and we're really thanking God that we are doing just all right. Continue to pray that we would be spared from these storms, and it wouldn't affect anybody. Had some flooding in Texas from Hermine. Boy, it looks like it's an ocean in Texas from that storm. We thank God that we're doing okay here, and we pray for those who will be going through their time of storm. That's a look at your weather from BCN's Weather Center. Again, you can look at the weather on the Abaco Disaster Committee's webpage. Just type in Abaco Disaster Committee. Google search now. If you Google search it, it will pop up immediately, and the weather report that you saw just then will be posted on that at around 9:30 this morning. That's it. Weather's brought to you today by our partners at Sky Bahamas Limited. When I fly with Sky.